Twin sisters Lily and Ariana have always shared an extraordinary bond. Born 17 years ago in an isolated community, the two were inseparable from the start. They did everything together, playing, attending the same classes, sharing the same group of friends, and even dressing alike. Their closeness was so remarkable that even their own mother sometimes struggled to tell them apart. It was a bond they vowed would last forever. But what happened on the day they both became mothers would astonish even those familiar with their deep connection. Not only did the twins find themselves pregnant at the same time, but they also gave birth on the exact same day. And as incredible as that was, the most shocking part of their story came moments after their babies were delivered. When Lily and Ariana learned they were both expecting, they were overjoyed. Sharing the journey of motherhood seemed like the next chapter in their intertwined lives. Friends and family joked about how alike they were, but no one could have predicted the uncanny turn of events that was about to unfold. As their due dates approached, both sisters were admitted to the same hospital. The staff couldn't help but marvel at their unusual story. Twin sisters pregnant at the same time and now delivering their babies side by side. But things took an unexpected twist when the doctor stepped into the delivery room. "When I entered the room, I was stunned," the doctor later recounted to reporters. "For a moment, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me." What he saw defied belief. Not only were both sisters giving birth at the same time, but the resemblance between their newborns was so striking that it left him momentarily speechless. As the doctor examined the newborns, he couldn't help but notice the uncanny similarities. Their features mirrored one another so closely that it was as though Lily and Ariana had given birth to twins themselves. He blinked and checked again, but there was no mistake. Two babies from two mothers looked more alike than anyone could have imagined. While the hospital staff speculated about genetics, it turned out that this phenomenon, known as cousin twins, is extremely rare. It occurs when identical twin sisters have children who appear more like siblings than cousins due to shared DNA. However, the timing and the identical nature of their pregnancies made it even more remarkable. For Lily and Ariana, the experience was nothing short of magical. The sisters marveled at how life had brought them to this extraordinary moment together. Their bond had always been unbreakable, but now, they felt their connection deepen through their children. "We've always done everything together," Ariana said. "But this is beyond anything we could have imagined. It feels like fate." Lily added, "Seeing our babies together, it's like looking at a reflection of our childhood. We can't wait to watch them grow up side by side, just like we did." Word of the twins' story quickly spread, captivating everyone who heard it. Many were amazed by the extraordinary synchronicity of their lives. Social media lit up with comments from people touched by the sisters' bond and the miracle of their identical births. Experts in genetics also chimed in, explaining that while the phenomenon is rare, it's not entirely impossible. Identical twins already share 100% of their DNA, one specialist said. If their partners have similar traits, it increases the likelihood of their children resembling each other more closely than usual cousins. Today, Lily and Ariana are excited to navigate motherhood together, just as they've done with every other milestone in their lives. Their babies, born on the same day, already share an unbreakable connection, much like their mothers. As for the doctor, he says the experience was one of the most extraordinary of his career. In medicine, we see incredible things every day, but this was something else entirely. It was a reminder of how unique and mysterious life can be. Lily and Ariana's story is not just a testament to the extraordinary power of genetics, but also to the beauty of an inseparable bond between two sisters. Their journey from childhood companions to mothers of twin cousins will undoubtedly be a tale they cherish, and one their children will marvel at for years to come. Lily and Ariana, identical twins, grew up in an isolated community where traditional gender roles defined their futures. Girls were expected to marry young, bear children, and dedicate themselves to family life. The twins, inseparable since birth, dreamed of having children at the same time and raising them together, ensuring they could remain by each other's side forever. But their shared dream was threatened when their secret was uncovered. At 6 months pregnant, both sisters had managed to hide their conditions. However, their mother began to suspect something unusual. The girls were gaining weight, but it didn't match their usual eating habits. Her curiosity turned into suspicion, prompting her to observe them closely. One evening, their mother peeked through their bedroom door and overheard their conversation. Lily and Ariana were comparing their growing bellies, laughing softly about whose waistline had expanded more. Her mother's heart raced as she pieced the truth together. Her initial shock turned to fury as she flung the door open. Standing in the doorway, their mother stared in disbelief at her daughter's swollen bellies. "What have you done?" she demanded, her voice trembling with anger and disappointment. The twins froze, their hands instinctively covering their stomachs, but it was too late. Their secret was out. They tried to explain, but their mother was furious, not just because they were pregnant, but because they were unmarried, a deep shame in their conservative community. She immediately called their father, and together they decided on a punishment. To preserve the family's honor, they would separate the girls. Lily was sent to live with their strict aunt, while Ariana remained at home. The twins begged to stay together, their tearful pleas falling on deaf ears. The separation was agonizing. For 4 months, Lily and Ariana lived apart, unable to share their experiences or support each other through the challenges of pregnancy. Ariana wept every night, missing her sister, while Lily endured the harsh rules and scrutiny of her aunt's household. Finally, the day of their deliveries arrived. That night, Lily was startled awake by a sharp, searing pain in her stomach. She lifted the blanket and saw blood staining her body and the bed beneath her. Panicking, she screamed, her voice echoing through the silent house. Her aunt rushed in and immediately realized what was happening. At the same time, miles away, Ariana was awakened by a similar pain. Despite their separation, it seemed their bond remained unbroken, their bodies responding in unison. Ariana cried out for help, and her mother, though still upset, sprang into action to assist her daughter. As the two sisters went into labor on the same night, their families faced a dilemma. The community's shameful whispers were unavoidable, but something extraordinary was unfolding, a moment that would redefine the family's outlook. Lily's aunt called for help, and with no time to waste, she rushed Lily to the hospital. To everyone's surprise, Ariana arrived shortly after, brought in by their mother. The twins locked eyes for the first time in months, tears streaming down their faces. They reached for each other's hands, their bond as strong as ever. The doctors were astonished when they learned the two sisters were not only delivering on the same day, but had gone into labor within moments of each other. The delivery team worked quickly, ensuring the safety of both mothers and their babies. Hours later, both babies were born healthy. When the doctor returned to check on them, he was struck by an incredible sight. The newborns, though cousins, looked astonishingly similar, so much so that they could have been twins themselves. The entire delivery room buzzed with amazement. The coincidence of their births, their mother's twin bond, and the uncanny resemblance of the babies made the moment feel almost surreal. As the family gathered around the two mothers and their babies, something shifted. The parents who had been so focused on punishment and shame softened as they saw the joy and resilience of their daughters. The twins, reunited at last, embraced their children and each other, promising to raise their babies together as they had always dreamed. The remarkable events of that night became a story shared throughout the community, a tale of twin sisters whose bond defied all odds. Lily and Ariana's journey wasn't easy, but it was a testament to the strength of their love and determination to remain together. In the end, their shared dream came true, and their family grew closer in the process. When Lily's aunt saw the bloodstain, she acted immediately, grabbing Lily's arm and rushing her to the car. There was no time to lose. Lily needed to get to the hospital right away. The tires screeched as they sped to the nearest emergency room. Upon arrival, Lily was taken straight in, where doctors discovered the baby was stuck in the birth canal. The situation was critical and required immediate intervention. Summoning all her strength, Lily pushed, and finally, her baby boy entered the world. A beautiful little miracle after a challenging birth. Exhausted but relieved, Lily was wheeled to her room to recover. She was overwhelmed with emotion. On one hand, joy filled her heart as she held her newborn, but on the other, she couldn't stop thinking about her twin sister Ariana. She hadn't seen her since their mothers separated them months ago, and her heart ached for her sister's presence. As she entered her hospital room, however, she was met with a shocking and heartwarming surprise. Lying on the bed next to hers was none other than Ariana, cradling her own newborn baby. Both sisters, who had dreamed of raising their children together, had given birth on the same day. Their eyes locked, and tears of joy streamed down their faces. They wanted to leap out of bed and embrace each other. But the nurse quickly intervened, saying softly, "There's plenty of time for that. Rest first." The nurses arranged their beds side by side, and the sisters immediately began chatting, catching up on everything they had missed. Their bond, unbroken despite months of separation, was stronger than ever. Rest could wait. This reunion was too precious to delay. The biggest surprise came when Lily's doctor walked in to check on her recovery. He paused in the doorway, visibly startled. Before him were not only two young mothers with their newborns but also two identical young men standing by their sides. The doctor blinked a few times, wondering if he was seeing double. "I feel like I'm seeing a pair of couples," he joked, approaching the beds. Lily and Ariana laughed in unison. "No, doctor," they explained. "These are Colin and John, our partners and the fathers of our children. They're also identical twins." The doctor's jaw dropped in astonishment. "This is unprecedented," he exclaimed. "Identical twin sisters giving birth on the same day, with identical twin fathers. This is something the world needs to hear about." Indeed, their extraordinary story quickly caught the attention of the media, and the twins and their newborns became a sensation. Reporters flocked to the hospital to capture the rare and heartwarming scene. Lily and Ariana's mother, Karen, was also overwhelmed with emotion. She split her time between the two daughters, helping each of them as they adjusted to motherhood. Lily's son, Jaden, weighed 7 pounds, 5 ounces, while Ariana's daughter, Sophia, was born just 5 hours later, weighing 6 pounds, 14 ounces. It was a whirlwind of emotions for the family, but they were united in joy. "It's amazing," Ariana said with a glowing smile. "Sophia is doing great, and I couldn't be happier." Lily echoed her sister's sentiments. "It's been such a surprise, but Jaden is perfect. We're so lucky to have this moment together." Their partners, Colin and John, played their roles as supportive fathers beautifully. Philip, another family member, shared how the family pulled together during the eventful few days. "Mom and Dad were incredible. They helped both girls while I held down the fort at home. I even gave up my bed and slept on the couch. But it's all worth it to see everyone happy." With their babies in their arms, the twins made plans to stay close to each other, as they had always dreamed. Ariana planned to move back home temporarily, ensuring that the two sisters could support one another as they adjusted to their new lives as mothers. Lily and Ariana's story is one of love and resilience. The twin sisters, inseparable since childhood, now live side by side with their families, raising their children together with their twin husbands, Colin and John. Despite being shunned by their traditional community for becoming pregnant out of wedlock, they built a happy, united life they wouldn't trade for anything. Their tale is one of many extraordinary sibling bonds. TLC's Extreme Sisters showcases twins like Anna and Lucy from Australia, who live in complete synchronization, from matching outfits to plans for simultaneous pregnancies. Despite societal challenges, their relationship with their shared boyfriend, Ben, highlights their determination to live life on their terms. In Northern California, another group of sisters, Caroline, Amy, Haley, and Katie, supported each other through simultaneous pregnancies during the COVID-19 pandemic. What started as a playful idea became a shared journey, strengthening their bond as they prepared to welcome their babies. These stories remind us of the extraordinary power of sibling connections, proving that love and unity can overcome life's biggest challenges.